The federal government and the rail company today announced a settlement to resolve all claims and investigations related to the incident. It comes just days after a federal judge signed off on a separate $600 million class action settlement in a lawsuit filed by residents. Now the claims process can begin for the people who've been dealing with the inexplicable health issues and who fear their community is no longer safe. But is it too little too late for residents whose lives may never be the same? News Nation's investigative correspondent Rich McHugh joins us right now with more. Rich, how much is this new second settlement that was announced today?
Well, the headline from the EPA and the DOJ is that it's over $300 million. But I think the real headline here is that $15 million is the fine that Norfolk Southern has to pay, and they will face no criminal liability.
But what about now? People are still sick. We still don't have a toxicologist. What about testing our homes? We still haven't had the air or soil tested in our homes. How do we know it's safe?
And the fact that this settlement, 48 hours after Norfolk Southern settled with residents and released the EPA from future liabilities, has people like independent testing expert and government accountability whistleblower Scott Smith sounding the alarm. Take a look.
In fact, the EPA being released, why is the EPA being released as part of the Norfolk Southern settlement? It just doesn't make any sense. That's why I'm asking the question, is the fix in?
Now, again, Norfolk Southern will not face criminal charges here, being slapped with a $15 million fine. NTSB is the only federal investigation still continuing, and that's set to wrap up June 25th. Elizabeth?
Wow. EPA released from all claims and Norfolk Southern released from all criminal liability. I can understand the controversy. Rich McHugh, thank you.
Yep.
Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
What would you do?
Preliminarily, we need to unravel the corporate capture at DOT that allowed this to happen. Why isn't the Attorney General investigating this and filing criminal charges? This is a crime. What happened here? This whole town is a crime scene. I mean, what I would love to see President Biden say is to come in and say, you know, this happened because of a failure of government. This happened because these agencies are captured, they're corrupt. And I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. And I'm going to expose the people and fire the people who are not doing the proper testing. I'm going to prosecute the people who were responsible at the outset.
Yeah, they talked about the fact that they believe that the EPA is basically in bed with Norfolk Southern. So they do the tests and they say, oh, the tests all came back fine. Then they bring in their own independent testers who give them different information. So you can see why they are so frustrated.
Scott Smith joins us now. Scott's an independent scientist. He's the Government Accountability Project's whistleblower client. You were listening to Rich's reporting, and I'm sure you're familiar with his reporting throughout all of this. Your reaction to what you just heard, including the EPA's response?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me, Connell, but the EPA is clearly operating as the public relations arm for the multi-billion-dollar corporation Norfolk Southern.